it's Zach Martin-Kilgour here with Secrets of Longevity in Humans.com. I'm going to make a recipe for you today. It's adapted from David Wolf's Superfoods book. It's kind of like an electrolyte superfood lemonade. Don't have a name for it yet. Once I think of a name, well, the title's the name. So once I think of a name, I'll put in the title as I'm uploading this video. So as you can see here, I've got a variety of items that I'm going to combine into the blender. One thing I started off with doing was soaking about a small or a medium-sized handful of goji berries and also a teaspoon of schizandra berries just in some water. And I'm going to add that to about 5 cups of spring water in this blender here. So that's going to be that's going to make this lemonade more of a orange Kool-Aid type of drink. And I'm saying orange Kool-Aid because it actually reminds me of orange Kool-Aid I used to have at friends' houses. My parents actually never allowed me to have Kool-Aid, but I used to have it at friends' houses. And then the next ingredient here is going to be a whole lemon, and I'm going to peel it and leave as much of the pith, the white pith, underneath the skin on as possible. I'm just going to throw the whole lemon in there. So here's the lemon that's peeled. I'm going to throw the whole thing in there. Just even though it has seeds in it, there's still seeds in the schizandra and goji berries, and they're going to get blended up. And one thing I forgot to mention is soak the goji berries and schizandra berries for maybe at least 10 minutes before you prepare this, just so that they get really soaked right through. Otherwise you end up with little chunks in the smoothie, and if you're going to strain it, you're actually going to lose a bunch of the flesh from the goji berries and schizandra berries. Whereas if you soak them thoroughly, when you strain it, you're only going to be straining out the seeds and not any of the fruit of those two berries. The next thing is aloe vera, and I've just got a full aloe vera leaf here to show you. That's what it looks like. It's a succulent plant that has many amazing properties, such as increasing beauty, digestive health, immune system support, liver health especially because it's a bitter, very bitter plant. So like I said, I'm going to fillet this segment that I cut out here. Because it's the inner gel that you want. You can kind of see it's a bit see-through there. And it's, I'm going to first cut off the spines down the side. So I'm going to cut off each spine here. So now that I got the spines off, and I have a tripod so I can actually show you how to fillet this thing. So I cut the spines off. Again, it's just on the two edges there. You're going to slice those off. Then you're going to score down the sides of the aloe plant. This is just how I do it. Other people might do it other ways. It's very mucilaginous, so it's slippery. And once it's like that, very easily you can cut that off there. And again with the other side. So aloe is thousands and thousands of years old. It was used by the ancient Egyptians, called the plant of immortality. So it's definitely an amazing superfood. And we're going to pop that into the blender here. One thing I want to mention about aloe is that it is, you want to get the broadleaf aloe, just everyday aloe that you might grow on your kitchen sink, windowsill. Is not the right kind. It's actually slightly toxic, I believe. Not 100% sure on that, but apparently the broadleaf, which is this kind of aloe, is the only edible, truly edible kind that you can take over a long period of time without negative side effects. I'm going to add some stevia, some liquid stevia, just a few, small amount. That's pretty concentrated stuff, and then also some raw honey. I'm not doing specific measurements here, I'm just digging in, getting maybe tablespoons worth. So all these things I'm adding are very high in minerals and ormus minerals and other great things that are very beneficial as an electrolyte building drink. Perhaps it could be a meal. Personally, it probably wouldn't be much of a meal for me, but some people might find it's filling enough to be a meal, especially with the honey in there. I'm also going to add a squirt of Oceans Alive, marine phytoplankton. And again, this is just adding more and more minerals to this great drink. And I'm now going to blend that up. I do have one more ingredient I want to add to it, but I'm going to blend it and strain it, and then I'll add that other ingredient afterwards, just in case we lose a bit in the straining process. I want to blend that afterwards to keep as much of those nutrients in the drink as possible. Now, I don't know if you can see it in this, the bad lighting that's in my kitchen here. I just have fluorescent lighting, unfortunately. But it's a really rosy, orangey pink color. Last time I made this, it was an orange color because of the goji berries, but I think the schizandra berries really makes it a nice pink color. So here we have my little sieve, handy sieve. I'm going to pour this in. So we're just wanting to strain out the lemon seeds, the goji berry seeds, and the schizandra seeds. They're not the finest to drink. So we've strained most of the foam and grit out of the drink. Now we're going to just add it back into the blender to add the final ingredient. Actually, it's a very orange color still. I thought it was kind of pinky, but it's definitely a really vibrant orange, which is pretty cool. And then I'm going to add a little bit more stevia because it wasn't sweet enough for me. And Life Regenerator recently posted a orange crush, or a creamy orange crush drink thing. There's just oranges and coconut meat and coconut water, which is pretty cool. I'm going to do a similar thing here and just add some coconut butter. Everyone's familiar with Artisana brand. And I like it better than the oil just because it's a little creamier. It's got more of the other components and nutrients in it. I'm going to add probably about a tablespoon. And this will make it more of a meal actually, so this can actually sustain a little more energy out of it than you might otherwise get from just a bit of honey and goji berries. Speaking of goji berries, I wanted to say one more thing about them, is that they're, in my opinion, they're perhaps the #1 food for longevity, or superfood for longevity, simply because they have two components to them that not many people talk about. People hear about the antioxidants and various other factors about the goji berries, but not many people know that it is one of the only, actually there is more foods emerging that do this, but it was the first food to be confirmed as an HGH secretagogue. The other herb that does this, of course, is Mucuna pruriens. So an HGH secretagogue is a food or a substance that helps your body secrete more HGH. So it's not like a synthetic HGH supplement, which is very questionable in terms of having very negative side effects in the long run. But science does know that HGH is a key hormone of youth, that in the vast majority of people living the lifestyle that people live today, even primitive lifestyles, it would tend to decrease over time. Yet those who live the longest always have high levels of this key hormone well into their elder years. So the other factor that goji berries helps boost is SOD levels, which is superoxide dismutase, and this is the master antioxidant enzyme in the body. It's perhaps the gatekeeper of the DNA and the genetic integrity of all the cells in your body. So having high levels of this obviously prevents the degradation of your genes. So for more information on goji berries, as well as some of the other foods in this drink, visit the articles I have posted in the top right-hand info box. Just click more info and you can click through onto my website that has those articles for you. So this is a very potent alkalizing drink. Everything included in here has got an alkalizing component to it, although maybe not the honey, but certainly the lemon is perhaps the most alkalizing thing in here, and it's been used for thousands of years for liver health, actually. And it helps break up and disperse bilirubin in the liver, so it's a good thing if you have jaundice going on. Also has vitamin C and all those other things that we know lemons are good for. So we're going to blend it up just once more here, make sure everything's good to go. So there you have it. It's a beautiful creamy orange color, and the schizandra berries that are in it give it a whole other dimension. So it's, I don't know how to describe it, but it's pretty good. So in honor of the pirate ancestry I happen to have on both sides of my family, I'm going to name this drink the Orange Pirate Kool-Aid. Cheers.